Andy Williams Show every weekday at 11, right here on Channel 11.
Now, Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
We're following several major breaking stories at noon. First, a man who's been the prime suspect in the disappearance of a Whitehall woman has finally been charged. Douglas Berry was named a suspect days after Elizabeth Weisenfeld went missing back in April, but he was never charged in the case until now. And the DA just revealed this is the first time they've prosecuted a homicide without the victim's body in 10 years. Channel 11's Aaron Martin joins us live at the Allegheny County Police Headquarters with the breaking details on this. Aaron?
And Gordon, we just got out of that news conference with the Allegheny County District Attorney and County Police behind me within the last 5 minutes or so. And that's where we really learned the detailed timeline that they've built against Douglas Berry, the suspect in this case, who is now charged with homicide. I want to quickly show you some of the surveillance video they released as well. This is from the neighbor of Elizabeth Weisenfeld, who's the Whitehall woman who's been missing in this case. As you can see, that video shows a black truck. We're told that belongs to Douglas Berry. He pulled into Weisenfeld's driveway, was seen wandering inside and around the house before taking off. Now, we also learned a lot of details about what was done with her cell phone. That was actually pinged on the south side. Investigators believe that Berry sent a text message to Weisenfeld's daughter at one point, and then shortly after ditched the cell phone between the south side and Station Square right around East Carson Street. Now, we did also learn a lot about where this investigation has been going. As you mentioned in that intro, this is the first time in a decade that Allegheny County District Attorney's Office has tried to prosecute a case without a body. Now, they tell me that they are still searching for Weisenfeld's body, but at this point, they are moving forward with the charges. And we also learned some of the plans that one witness claims Berry had for the body if it got to that point. Take a listen.
But there was some discussion, and a witness will testify to the effect that he had an idea about how he could destroy the body.
And District Attorney Steve Zappala said that would have been done with sulfuric acid that had been bought at a nearby store from where he lives over in Liberty Borough. That is something that is still being fleshed out in this case. Now, as things move forward, we are told that they will continue searching for Elizabeth Weisenfeld's body, which still hasn't been recovered at this point, and that those searches will continue despite the fact this prosecution is moving forward. We'll have much more in this case, including new evidence that the District Attorney's Office just released to us. That's coming up tonight, starting at 5 o'clock. For now, reporting live from Allegheny County Police Headquarters in Greentree, Aaron Martin, Channel 11 News.
And more breaking news. Channel 11 has learned the man police were looking for in connection with a string of bank robberies is the same man police shot and killed in Wilkinsburg last night. Channel 11's Aaron Clark joins us live at the scene of the shooting with new information from there. Aaron?
That's right, Gordon. The man that was wanted for 2 bank robberies in Pittsburgh and 1 in Edgewood was shot and killed at this building that is surrounded by police tape. It is 908 Center Street in Wilkinsburg. And take a look at this photo on your screen right now. That is 49-year-old Sean Stevens. Last night, a group of FBI agents, county and Pittsburgh police got a tip he was hiding out in this building. They began knocking on doors, and while talking to a woman in a first-floor apartment, they say Stevens tried to slam the door on police from inside. Agents and detectives were able to get into the apartment and found Stevens holding a kitchen knife. He threatened to stab the woman and ended up cutting her slightly. Police tried to tase Stevens, but he still managed to lunge at the woman, and that's when he was shot, both by a Pittsburgh police detective and an FBI agent. They both fired shots striking him. It's unclear where he was hit or which shot killed him. Now, police say Stevens held up the Citizens Bank inside the Giant Eagle in Edgewood Town Center yesterday. He was also suspected in 2 bank robberies in Pittsburgh in the last 10 days. Now, the woman that Stevens held at knife point, she is okay. And the Pittsburgh police officer that was struck in the leg when Stevens slammed that door, he was taken to a local hospital, treated and released. Now, of course, this investigation is ongoing, and Channel 11 is going to stay on top of that and bring you new information when that becomes available. Tune in to Channel 11 News starting at 5 for the latest update. For now, reporting live from Wilkinsburg, I'm Aaron Clark, Channel 11 News.
A couple and their 2 children were rushed to the hospital after flames took over their home in Washington County. This afternoon, there's not much left of the home, and investigators are piecing together what happened. Channel 11's Mike Holden spoke with neighbors on 5th Avenue in Langloth and has more on how the family is doing.
Fire absolutely destroyed this Washington County home right here behind me. Neighbors that I spoke with say it's a true miracle everyone managed to get out. This right here is the aftermath. The front of this 5th Avenue home charred, porch collapsed, and windows gone. Channel 11 followed the state fire marshal as he documented the damage and tried to piece together what caused this. He says the fire appears to have started on the porch, and it is not suspicious. Neighbors say the family of 7 is homeless this afternoon after flames tore through their place in Langloth Smith Township. It happened early this morning. A mother, father, and 2 children were rushed to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Neighbors say it's a tragedy, and they're now working to help the family.
I just thank God that they were safe. You know, it could have been worse. You know, it's just a sad thing to think that, you know, something worse would have happened.
And I'm asking fire investigators what the official cause of this house fire was. As soon as I find that out, I'll pass it along to you on air and online. And coming up on Channel 11 News at 5, more from folks in the area who jumped in to help this family. Reporting in Washington County this afternoon, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
And that was the 4th bad fire in our area since yesterday. Today, investigators are also trying to find out what caused a fire that destroyed a house in Homewood. That fire started at a vacant house in Idlewild Street. There were still flames coming out of the roof when our crew got there. The flames jumped to a family's home next door. Witnesses had to pound on doors to warn everybody, but fortunately no one was hurt. And this is what's left of a destructive fire in Lawrenceville. The fire was sparked in a row house on 44th Street late yesterday afternoon. This is the view from Chopper 11 last night. It shows fire coming from the roof of the house. That fire spread to apartments on either side, charring everything in its path. 4 units were damaged or destroyed.
They were so close together, I was really worried about going back into my house just in case, like, it flew over to me.
No one was living in the first 2 homes that were damaged. Unfortunately, no one was hurt. The 4th fire was in Slippery Rock, and still ahead, what was inside that home that made putting this fire out even more dangerous? A Shaler Township man is in custody after police say he beat his 4-week-old baby girl. Police say Jamie Easley admitted to shaking and squeezing the baby, but at first he tried to blame the injuries on his 3-year-old daughter. Investigators say that was impossible. They say the baby had skull fractures, 19 broken ribs, bruising, and bleeding. Police say the child's mother brought her to Children's Hospital a week ago and told them the baby hadn't eaten in 2 days. The baby is in critical condition. The mother has not been charged. A young boy waving a gun and making threats. It was posted on social media, and now the Pittsburgh Public School District is looking into it. Because of the age of the child, we're choosing not to show that video, but here's a statement from the district. It says they are aware of the video and no Pittsburgh Public School was mentioned. They know who the boy is, and they're working with city police on the investigation. The Elizabeth Forward School District and Pennsylvania Coach Lines will try to hash out a deal this weekend. It comes after some students didn't get picked up again yesterday, even after a judge ordered the bus company to provide service.
The court ordered PA Coach to bus all of Elizabeth Forward children yesterday afternoon. The school district will be contacting the court because of the failure of the busing of all of our students.
That was the voicemail the district sent to parents yesterday. The dispute caused the first day of school to be delayed last month. It started after there was a debate about whether the bus company and the school board had a new contract for the year. The bus company says they do not. Police want you to see this guy. This man in this surveillance video is accused of stealing from cars. This was in Whitehall's Rolling Hills neighborhood early yesterday morning. No word on what he got away with.
Good afternoon. We are seeing a lot of sunshine out there today. A beautiful look over downtown Pittsburgh here, and the wind is very light, but boy, what a wind can do for you in that sunshine today. That wind is coming in generally out of the south, so that is allowing a nice rebound in temperatures this afternoon. You may look at this and say 69 degrees, Danielle, that's not too warm right now, but if you factor in that we were at 50 degrees in Pittsburgh, this is a huge warm-up. 73 in Beaver right now. It's 72 in Washington. Dew points are in the 40s and 50s, and this is very dry, comfortable air. We have high pressure in control of our weather off to the northeast. Clockwise wind flow around high pressure, bringing in that wind out of the south and east today, and hence the warm-up. In fact, temperatures will be going up into the upper 70s this afternoon. So if you do have any plans, the weather will cooperate. Here's a look at our forecast. If you want to do a little grilling this evening, 75 degrees with sunshine at 7, 71 at 8, and then of course, yeah, it's getting dark by then, 67 at 9 o'clock. I'm going to let you know how cold it's getting tonight. Is it getting colder than what we had out there this morning? Plus, I'm tracking a warm up for your afternoons, all still to come.
I don't think that, people realize what all goes on within these families.
A family fighting cancer together. How a mother is using social media to show what siblings go through when their brother or sister has cancer. New details on the vaping epidemic, the local county cracking down on e-cigarettes, and some students will be heading home early, and exterminators will be going from classroom to classroom. What was found on one student forcing everyone to go home early today?
You're streaming WPXI now, your source for original local shows. Get the inside scoop on all the hot events, entertainment, and celebrities in and around Pittsburgh every week. Stream Access Pittsburgh on demand anytime on WPXI.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life.
Whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Weather and traffic updated every 10 minutes on Channel 11 Morning News.
September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. You might have seen some photos of young patients on social media. One of those posts came from a North Texas mother. As Noelle Walker shows us, the mother's goal was to highlight not just what a child goes through with cancer, but what siblings also experience.
This is where I sleep.
A child's life should be all play.
Play at the water.
And no work.
The fireman's could be.
But at the Burge home in Princeton.
It is a good day.
Some days
Catch.
are better than others.
I got it for fighting cancer.
It's leukemia. 4-year-old Beckett has been fighting it since April last year.
This is nighttime.
It's a 10-pill a day. Chemo at the hospital every month.
I just want a jelly.
Sometimes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich makes you sick kind of fight.
You don't?
And Beckett isn't the only one fighting it.
The siblings are they're forgotten about.
So Caitlin Burge wanted to show what they go through.
A lot of people had no idea.
She posted these raw photos on Facebook.
Why did I throw up in my PJs?
She says this is childhood cancer.
She's stuck by his side.
A 5-year-old girl comforting her best friend and brother.
They didn't see the impact it had on the siblings until that picture came out.
Today, impact is measured in likes and shares.
I'll share the good, I'll share the bad, and I'll share the ugly.
This post has been shared thousands of times over.
The disease that they're fighting, it's ugly. And I don't think that, people realize what all goes on within these families unless they see a raw post like that.
Already.
From playmate to caretaker.
There's definitely brighter days ahead.
The front line of this childhood cancer fight is armed with love.
Say thanks, God. Bye-bye.
Some powerful pictures there right now. Little Beckett takes 2 different kinds of chemo, one weekly, one monthly. His mother hopes he'll be cancer-free by 2021. Firefighters faced an extra challenge battling flames in Lawrence County. When they got to the house in Slippery Rock just after midnight, family members warned them they had ammo stored in the basement. The fire started on the 2nd floor. Firefighters were able to save the rest of the home. They tell us they had been called to this house at least 3 other times for fires. The fire marshal is now investigating. The state is getting nearly $8.5 million to test the safety of self-driving cars. Specifically, PennDOT will use the money to look at automated driving systems in work zones. Pennsylvania is one of 7 states to get money from the Department of Transportation for the project. The Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority says it is ahead of schedule replacing lead water lines. The state ordered the utility to replace 855 lines by June of 2020. The PWSA says it's already hit that number and plans to keep working. The $49 million endeavor is being paid for through grants and loans. A Duquesne Light phone scam is popping up in a new neighborhood. People in Hopewell Township are now getting calls offering discounted rates. The caller ID says it's Duquesne Light, but it's not. If this happens to you, police are saying what they always say: don't give out your information on an unsolicited phone call. The remnants of Tropical Storm Imelda are causing heavy rain and flash flooding across East Texas. The city of Winnie is underwater, as you can see here. Almost every road is impassable. Hundreds of homes and businesses have flooded. There were hundreds of high water rescues overnight to save people from their homes. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more on the situation there.
Much of Winnie, Texas is underwater.
Just about every road in Winnie is flooded right now.
The remnants of Tropical Storm Imelda pounding the area with rain overnight, causing severe flooding and leaving many roads impassable. Emergency responders overwhelmed. They say over 1,000 people called 911 asking to be rescued. Airboats and high water vehicles were deployed overnight. And to make matters worse, the local hospital had to be evacuated.
We have several patients here. The hospital itself is flooded, so we have to get them out.
Patients were rescued from the rising waters and taken to a nearby nursing home. Other parts of southeast Texas also slammed with torrential rain and dangerous tornadoes, leaving flooded streets in Beaumont and bringing a fast-moving tornado to Baytown, just east of Houston. The twister downing trees and power lines and damaging 2 homes. Albert Elizondo was inside one of them.
My windows started whistling. When they started whistling, I knew what it was.
The county sheriff grateful no one was hurt.
It's really a miracle that no one died out here, considering some of the damage that we're seeing.
The storm dumping nearly 2 feet of rain on the coastal town of Sargent, leaving homes surrounded by floodwaters.
Every subdivision down here has flooded roads in it.
Even areas used to flooding were caught by surprise. The rain fell here for hours, flooding this road in Houston, leaving several cars stalled and drivers stuck. Officials urging the public not to let their guard down. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, we are looking at beautiful weather around here as we take a look at our visible satellite. We had some cumulus clouds well off to the east early this morning. The rest of us finding that clear sky and sunshine. Sunshine will continue for the rest of the day today. Beautiful stretch of weather across our area. Enjoy it now, because I know a lot of you at home know it can get super cloudy around here in the fall and the winter. Dew points right now are in the 40s, so that is the dry category. That's very comfortable air in place, and that will continue as well as far as the humidity being low for today, as well as really the Friday time period and Saturday. We'll start to see a slight uptick in the humidity. Our picnic forecast, if you want to have lunch outside, maybe you're taking a break and you want to go have lunch, it's going to be beautiful. 76 at 2 p.m., 78 at 5 o'clock, and then, of course, that clear sky as the sun goes down. Temperature at 8, right around 71. Overnight tonight, we are expecting to see a cool night once again. 53 degrees for the overnight low. It bottomed out at 50 officially in Pittsburgh this morning, so maybe not quite as cool. And I think the reason will be because we're going to have more of a southerly wind. It'll be very light or calm across much of the area tonight. Still, there will be some locations that will be getting down into the 40s. So places like Butler, very close to, if not around 49, 50 degrees. Same thing Indiana and Greensburg. 58 in Beaver and 54 tonight in Uniontown. Tomorrow, with high pressure staying in control of our weather, we're going to continue with the sunshine, but maybe pick up a few fair weather clouds. And the temperature, with the wind coming in out of the southwest, which is more of a warming wind, that will allow the temperatures to go up into the 80s tomorrow. So about 81 in Pittsburgh, 80 in Beaver, 82 Washington. Just really fantastic weather to round out the work week. If you are going to any of those high school football games tomorrow evening, looking at sunshine through 7 p.m., about 75 degrees, and then 9 o'clock will be 69, 66 at 11 p.m. We'll have a few clouds around, but overall pretty nice weather there. Our next best chance for rain will come in along a cold front. This cold front is not expected to come in until we get into Monday. So showers and thunderstorms will be developing along that. That'll be pushing from west to east across the area pretty quickly throughout the day on Monday. So we'll want umbrellas there. Also, there is a slight rain chance coming in now for Saturday. Still kind of dry atmosphere, but the model data is starting to pick up on that. You'll see that in the 5-day forecast. Our month-to-date rainfall is 3.66 inches here in Pittsburgh. The average is close to 2 inches, so we are still above average by more than 1.7 inches. Here's a look at my 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Friday, of course, is a great day. I would still keep your outdoor plans for Saturday. Just keep checking the radar. An isolated shower is possible. And then Monday, as I mentioned, kind of being the more favorable chance for widespread showers and storms along that front. The weekend, though, is much warmer. We're looking at high near 84 Saturday and 86 on Sunday. Still to come in the next half hour, I got something really cool I think you guys are going to like. It's about the International Space Station. I'll let you know when you can view that tonight over Pittsburgh coming up.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Danielle. Early dismissal today for students in one local school district. What was found on one student forcing everyone to go home early? First, a scare in the air. What caused a Delta flight to drop nearly 30,000 feet in 8 minutes?
the news at 5 when you want news from where you live.
Frightening moments for passengers on a flight from Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. It dropped nearly 30,000 feet in an 8-minute time span. That's very quick. A problem with the cabin's pressure prompted an emergency landing. A passenger on Delta Flight 2353 snapped these pictures during what he described as a panic on board.
But out of nowhere, I felt what felt like a sort of a rapid descent. We started dropping in altitude. Air mass, the oxygen mass dropped from the top of the plane, and chaos sort of ensued amongst the passengers.
No one was hurt, fortunately. Delta described the situation as a cabin pressurization irregularity. The plane was grounded and evaluated by maintenance. A men's clothing company is facing backlash for sweatshirts bearing the names of schools that were the scenes of mass shootings. The company Beastroy debuted the sweatshirts at a New York fashion show. Those sweatshirts are riddled with holes and include schools like Sandy Hook, Stoneman Douglas, and Columbine. Some people have praised the company for raising awareness about gun violence, while others say the company is trying to profit off of tragedies.
I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.
This powerful take on gun violence in American schools, released by parents impacted by the shooting at Sandy Hook. While the creators admit the public service announcement is hard to watch, they say it's meant to make an impact. Butler County taking action against smoking and vaping, the one place where the county wants to ban all tobacco products.
And still to come, I'm going to let you know when you can spot the ISS over Pittsburgh tonight. Plus, we have a closer look at some of the ongoing flooding that is occurring across southeast Texas.
Join the Leukemia Lymphoma Society for Light the Night. This special event brings together family, friends, and co-workers to celebrate, honor, and remember those touched by cancer. Participants help fund life-saving cancer research and treatments, giving survivors hope.
Survivors like Nora and me. That's right.
Visit WPXI.com/Light the Night for more information.
Help defeat the darkness of cancer and walk with us at Heinz Field on October 17th.
When we walk cancer.
Johnson and Lisa Sylvester on Channel 11 News, 11 at 11.
We're back with continuing breaking news coverage. A man who's been the prime suspect in the disappearance of a Whitehall woman has finally been charged. He was named a suspect days after Elizabeth Weisenfeld went missing back in April, but he was never charged in the case until now. Late this morning, the district attorney revealed a neighbor's surveillance cameras captured Douglas Berry arriving at Elizabeth Weisenfeld's house and then leaving less than an hour later. He detailed how they tracked his movements through cameras around the South Hills and Weisenfeld's security system, plus cell phone tower hits. The DA said Berry was Weisenfeld's handyman, that she flipped houses and he worked for her and was angry about money owed to him. In April, a relative reported 67-year-old Elizabeth Weisenfeld missing after she didn't show up for work. Police found her blood in her bed and some items missing from her home.
But there was some discussion, and a witness will testify to the effect that he had an idea about how he could destroy the body.
The DA says this is the first time they've prosecuted a homicide case without the victim's body in 10 years. We're sifting through all the police paperwork right now. Look for any new information on Channel 11 News starting at 5. New at noon, a man is accused of exposing himself to students waiting for their school bus. Bridgeville police say they got tips this was happening near the intersection of Washington Avenue and Presley Road. So they investigated, and police say they caught him in the act. Police say the man is a 55-year-old from Brookline. We're working to learn more about that suspect. Look for updates on that story tonight on Channel 11 News at 5. New details on vaping and its potential health dangers. New York and Michigan are the first states to ban e-flavored cigarettes. Now vaping has been banned at the entrance to the Butler County Courthouse. Smoking has been prohibited there for more than 10 years. Channel 11's Amy Marsikowitz has more on the crackdown on other tobacco products.
You'll see no smoking signs up along buildings next to the Butler County Government Center. Smoking outside the courthouse has been prohibited since 2008. Still, there are rogue ashtrays in a few secluded corners of the building. Wednesday morning, county commissioners beefed up the smoking policy to include no vaping, no cigars, no any type of tobacco products near the courthouse. But taking a smoke break isn't out completely. Officials put up this shed next to the courthouse, made it the designated smoking area. 86-year-old Vinny Karate, who lives near the courthouse, isn't mincing words over this.
I think it's stupid.
The resolution just passed today, but soon county commissioners say they will be putting up signage, no smoking, and pointing employees down there to where it is allowable. Commissioners hope this new policy will clear the air for anyone coming to the courthouse.
As Amy Marsikowitz reporting there, Butler County officials say they were ahead of this issue back in 1994 when they passed a no-smoking policy inside the courthouse. The new signs will be going up this week. Police say a 79-year-old Westmoreland County man admitted to shooting at his neighbor with a homemade rifle. At last check, Terrence Karhansky was still in the county jail. Police say neighbors along Circle Drive in Delmont heard gunshots Tuesday morning. When officers showed up, they found bullet holes in a car. And when they searched Karhansky's home, he admitted to firing one round from a homemade rifle at one of his neighbors. A Monessen woman has been sentenced to 3 years probation in connection with a drug ring. According to our partners at the Trib, Rebecca Carwithen was one of 6 people who allowed their identities to be used to get falsified prescriptions of Suboxone. Carwithen was a former office manager and patient. Pennsylvania hospitals are seeing a significant drop in overdose cases. It's new details in our ongoing fight against the opioid epidemic. Let's take a look at the numbers here. A state health care group found a 24% drop in overdose cases in the last 3 years. In Pittsburgh, deaths dropped by more than 40%. Experts, though, say this does not mean drug abuse is down. They say new and widespread availability of treatments could be responsible for that drop. And earlier this week, the Wolf administration started handing out free naloxone. It's the drug used to help stop an overdose. The drug is available at most state health centers and local health departments until next week. Pennsylvania has joined the fight to block a phone merger. The goal is to keep it from skyrocketing your phone bill. T-Mobile is looking to buy Sprint for $26 billion. The state's attorney general also believes it will limit your coverage and hurt the quality of your service. Early dismissal today for kids in the Clayton City School District. It was not planned. Something one student had on him when he went to school in the district has that district taking no chances. Channel 11's Lori Hoy explains why exterminators were going from classroom to classroom.
Students here at the Clairton City School District had an early dismissal at 11:30 this morning, but I'm told more than half of them didn't show up for class today. They'll also have off on Friday so exterminators can treat the building for bed bugs. This afternoon, exterminators will be back to do a secondary treatment on multiple classrooms and all common areas for bed bugs. The Clairton School District sent a letter home to parents yesterday. School officials tell me there is not a bed bug infestation at this K-12 school, that the bed bugs were found on only one student, and the school is taking all the necessary precautions and safety measures. Classes resume on Monday, but this grandparent says her 3 grandkids won't be going.
And I don't think that until they're sure they have the problem resolved, that the children shouldn't come to school, because we all know that bed bug problem is a bad problem and it spreads very quickly.
School officials say it's essential for families to be proactive to eliminate the bed bug problem. I'll have that part of the story for tonight at 5. From Clairton, Lori Hoy, Channel 11 News.
Another postcard day, sun and temperatures nearing 80. Let's head back over to meteorologist Danielle Dozier with a look at that forecast. It looks pretty good out there.
It's super nice again. You know, you just go outside. It's so pleasant feeling. We've got that sunshine. Yesterday had a light breeze. Today the wind is not as high. Temperature-wise, we're ranging from the upper 60s to low 70s across the area. Pittsburgh right now sitting at 69 degrees, and that's a nice climb up from 50 that we had out there early this morning. Might have had the jackets on. Well, I hope you did, because it was really cool. 68 in Butler right now, 66 Greensburg. If you're walking the dog this afternoon, temperatures will be climbing to about 78 degrees. Now, here is the fun part. You can spot the International Space Station again tonight. If you missed it last night, it's going to be visible for 4 minutes between 8:47 p.m. and 8:51. It's going to appear about 10 degrees above the southwest horizon, and it's going to disappear around 47 degrees above the east-northeast horizon. So you're going to look here in this area, and then you're going to see it kind of flying across the sky. Clear sky tonight, guys, so it's going to be fantastic. If you spot it, by the way, you can send me your pictures, and I would love to see those. So a really cool thing happening tonight, and speaking of cool, we're going to get down into the 50s tonight. I'm going to show you the neighborhood lows, plus still to come. We'll take a closer look at your weekend forecast. Gordon.
Thanks, Danielle. Juju Smith-Schuster has a message for Steeler Nation. The season is far from over. On the heels of an 0-2 start and the loss of Ben Roethlisberger for the season, Juju put out this tweet saying, quote, "Stay with us, stay positive, let's keep moving forward. It's going to be a great season. Don't leave us out yet." Of course, this is Mason Rudolph's team now with Ben Roethlisberger out for the season, and James Conner doesn't anticipate much changing with the offense.
We're going to continue to play football. We're going to continue to play our game. We're going to rally around Mason, and we're going to make it work.
And we can hope Mason Rudolph has a little bit of history behind him. Big Ben took over at QB 15 years ago today, September 19th, 2004. He replaced an injured Tommy Maddox. And Ben set an NFL record, winning his first 15 regular season starts. The new owner of the old Woolley building is pushing forward with plans to redevelop. They plan to demolish the block to make way for a new 21-story office project. They told our Pittsburgh Business Times partners they would like to keep the Strip District building and the fish sign, but they say it would be difficult to do that. The plans would make it one of the largest office buildings in Pittsburgh. There's no timeline on when the work will ramp up. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates as expected yesterday and expressed openness to more cuts. That could help the economy weather uncertainty caused mainly by the U.S.-China trade war. The impact on your wallet will depend on if you're looking to borrow money or save. Reporter Mary Maloney explains.
Signs of a slowing economy.
Today, we decided to lower interest rates. Took this step to help keep the U.S. economy strong.
The announcement still leaves federal interest rates well above where they were just a few years ago.
What we think we're facing here is a situation which can be addressed and should be addressed with moderate adjustments.
Here's how the cut will impact your bottom line. Credit card companies typically mirror the Fed, so chances are the interest rate you pay could fall. But not as soon as you think. Credit card agreements usually allow companies to use the highest rate from the previous 60 days. You might see similar decreases on car loan rates. The impact on your monthly mortgage payment depends on your type of plan. A fixed rate mortgage is just as it sounds, fixed, so no change there. Payments on an adjustable rate mortgage will likely drop. Finally, don't expect to see your savings account fatten. You'll be earning less interest on the money you've got stashed. As for what the future holds,
If, in fact, the economy weakens more, then we're prepared to be aggressive.
He just wanted beer, so he took his quest to national TV, waving this sign asking for donations. How that beer donation has now raised thousands of dollars for a children's hospital. And the reason one man is moving into an animal shelter with one very special dog.
Meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Instagram is making changes. It will now restrict anyone under 18 from seeing posts promoting weight loss products or cosmetic surgery. The age restriction will be applied where posts include an incentive to buy or include a price for a product. Instagram says the recent surge of promotion by influencers and celebrities prompted the action. It's part of an effort to reduce pressure young people may feel as a result of social media. Think your hand sanitizer is an ironclad defense against germs? Well, according to a new study, ethanol-based sanitizer may be giving you a false sense of security. For example, if you blow your nose, then put sanitizer on your hands, it probably won't kill cold and flu bugs right away. In fact, researchers found it took up to 4 minutes before the sanitizer killed the flu virus. An animal advocate in Kansas has taken up residence at an animal shelter. He's worked with shelters and outreach groups across Kansas for years. On Tuesday, he moved into the Great Plains SPCA. He's sharing a 10-by-7 room with Queen, a 3-year-old terrier mix. Queen has been at the shelter for over 400 days. The goal here is to find the right home for pets like Queen.
I tend to work exclusively with, thank you so much, with the shelter pets that have lived in the buildings the longest, literally the ones that are becoming forgotten, and those are the ones that I really want to help the most.
That's a great idea, going on day 2 of living at the shelter, and he says he's not leaving until Queen finds a forever home. Well, he just wanted a beer, so he waved this sign asking for donations on national TV. how that beer donation has now raised thousands of dollars for a children's hospital.
We let you know today it's going to be sunny, but I'm updating our storm tracker maps for Saturday. I'll show you when some rain may move into the area.
You're streaming WPXI now, your source for original local shows. Complete the most popular home improvement projects, including the kitchen sink, yourself. Watch Ron Hazelton's House Calls, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on WPXI. Morning News brings you breaking news first. We tell you what happened overnight and the breaking news happening right now, so you're connected to the important stories where you live. Check out the difference on Channel 11 Morning News.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Allegheny County.
A beer donation joke has gone viral. A man waved this sign on national TV asking people to help put money into his beer fund. Well, a lot of people saw it, and it has resulted in thousands of dollars in donations. Not from beer, though. It's all going to a children's hospital. NBC's Kevin Tibbles has the story.
During a college football pregame show, Carson King raised his crudely drawn plea.
I just kind of thought it was a joke.
The 24-year-old Iowa State grad wrote in Sharpie, "Busch Light Supply needs replenished." His grammar, not mine. Adding the handle for his cash-sharing Venmo account.
My mom was like, oh, this is going to be a proud mom moment. My son's going to be begging for money for beer on national television.
Well, faster than you can say suds, beer money poured in.
Had people from Texas, Idaho, a lot of Clemson people donated. I guess they like Busch Light too.
After $2,000, Carson decided to donate it, minus the cost of a case of beer, to the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital right across from the stadium, where during home games, fans waved to the kids. The last count, upwards of $40,000. Busch Beer called it inspiring, tweeting, "We're going to match your donation and throw in some Busch Light." Venmo joined the party, tweeting it too would match donations. One man's quest for a brewski quenches a thirst for giving. Kevin Tibbles, NBC News.
And we've been checking Carson's tweets. We just found out the beer fund is now up to $67,000. So that's Children's Hospital will get more than $200,000 after Busch and Venmo match those donations.
You're your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Beautiful again today. If you're just joining us, I want to let you know we have this high pressure that stays in control of our weather. It's been here for days. Will continue into the rest of today and tomorrow. Now the location changes a little bit. So high pressure right now off to the northeast, and this means that we get a southeast wind today versus the wind that's been out of the east or east-northeast over the last couple of days. What that means for you is when we pick up a southerly wind, that's actually more of a warming wind for us. So the temperatures rebound really nicely in the afternoon. The reason we have the wind coming in out of the southeast today is because around high pressure we get a clockwise wind flow. So the wind coming in from the southeast. So here is a look at what we are expecting for tonight. It's going to be a clear sky. It's going to be a little cool out there again for tonight, but we have an opportunity to spot the International Space Station. If you are, again, if you missed this earlier and you're just watching, I wanted to bring this to you one more time because it's pretty cool. Yesterday evening we were able to spot it. Tonight it's going to be visible for 4 minutes, and actually tonight the max height above the horizon is about 76 degrees, so it's actually going to be even higher in the sky than it was last night. But here it is, appearing 10 degrees above the southwest horizon, disappearing here above the east-northeast horizon. 8:47, that's when you're going to want to go outside and look up, and it'll last until 8:51. Happy spotting. Low temperatures tonight, low 50s, and again some 40s for some of you, especially those low-lying areas, rural areas that tend to cool quicker at night under clear skies. 49 for Indiana tonight, about 51 in Washington. Tomorrow we're looking at plenty of sunshine and a few fair weather clouds tomorrow. It's been hard to come by clouds across the area for the last couple of days. Still, we're expecting plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be climbing into the lower 80s for highs, and generally in the 70s until we get there. So humidity forecast over the next 4 days, looking good today, tomorrow. The humidity will increase just slightly for Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday now, the model data, at least a couple of them, are showing the chance for a few showers around on Saturday now. So we did put that in the forecast. Here's 6 a.m. It does show some rain, some wet weather moving in for your Saturday, 7:30 a.m. Still tracking a couple of showers out there. Here's 9:30 a.m. So this gives you an idea, at least an early look at the potential timing of that rain for Saturday. Speaking of rain, here is a Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar, and Gordon brought you the package earlier on the intense flooding that has been ongoing in the Houston metro area. And this is a look at our Doppler radar estimated rainfall for parts of the area. Check this out, nearly 24 inches of rain in these brighter pink colors, and there have actually been reports of up to 35 inches of rain there. I'm going to have more on this coming up tonight at 5. Here is the pick day of the weekend for us, Sunday, to get outside, although I would still keep your outdoor plans. Saturday, just have a radar nearby. 86 Sunday, partly cloudy. We're really warming things up for the weekend. And then our next chance for widely scattered thunderstorms will be coming in Monday of next week.
All right, thanks, Danielle. Kellogg's is the latest company jumping into the meat alternative business. The brand is called Incognito. That's a pretty cool name. There will be options like meatless chicken nuggets and burger patties. The products will be sold under Kellogg's Morningstar brand starting next year. And the company is also testing leaf jerky in several cities. The alternative to beef jerky is 100% vegan and soy-based. Leaf jerky will expand to more areas next year. Are you looking to bring in a little extra cash with a seasonal job? Well, there's an app for that. You can use it to pick up hours or shifts. Our consumer advisor, Clark Howard, explains how it all works.
Through the fall, people look for any kind of part-time work, usually to pay for Christmas. You may not have that extra cash, so you pick up extra hours somewhere, and that's why retailers do that huge push to try to get you in as a seasonal worker. But this year, you have a lot more options because so many service businesses need you. And when you think about something you do as an app job, automatically people think about Uber and Lyft. But now there are app-based jobs available that you pick up hours or shifts or whatever for virtually every field. Even restaurants are using app-based services to get workers. Whatever skills you have in the marketplace, there's somebody who wants you that fits your schedule. The pay, not necessarily great, but it does give you more flexibility than you have working seasonal retail, and you don't have to work those intensely long hours Thanksgiving week and other times leading right up to the Christmas holiday. I'm Clark Howard.
You can see more from Clark Howard on our streaming app. Just search for WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. There's a new social media trend. Can you guess what inspired this video? The story behind this on the Job Shuffle.
Seven-day forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
Emergency services in Switzerland and Taiwan are just some of the teams from around the world taking part in a new viral trend called the Tetris Challenge. Inspired by the video game, emergency officials have been organizing their equipment in perfect 90-degree angles from each other before photographing the results. The idea came from a picture published by the Zurich Police Department earlier this month. The Navy now says at least 3 videos of suspected UFOs are the real deal.
Look at that thing, dude. Look at that thing. It's rotating.
This is from 2015. It was one taken during a training mission. Officials say they don't know what the 40-foot-long tic-tac-shaped object is.
This was extremely abrupt, like a ping pong ball bouncing off a wall. The ability to hover over the water and then start a vertical climb from basically 0 up towards about 12,000 feet and then accelerate in less than 2 seconds and disappear is something I had never seen in my life.
The Navy released the video to encourage trainees to report mysterious aircrafts. Makes you think. We have to break for deer in Australia. They break for crocs. A group of saltwater crocodiles stopped a car in its tracks in northern Australia. This video shows the moment a car attempting to drive through Cahill's Crossing was forced to stop. That's going to do it for us today. We'll see you back here tomorrow at noon. Thanks for watching.
Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
That's a game-winning touchdown.
Wow, what a catch! Fighting for every yard.
He's going all the way.
No one covers high school football like Channel 11. Skylights on WPXI, sponsored by Chapin Luhana Injury Law Firm. Fridays at 11.